while energizing Democrats, Barack and Michelle Obama caution about a close race. At the Democratic National Convention on Tuesday night, Michelle and Barack Obama endorsed Kamala Harris with great force, urging party members across the United States to vote in November to defeat Donald Trump. Hope is on the rise again, Mrs. Obama said, reiterating her husband's campaign slogan of hope and change to the Chicago DNC audience. The most well-liked members of the Democratic Party criticized Trump in their back-to-back speeches, calling his presidency bluster and chaos and praising Ms. Harris. In the midst of the excitement surrounding Ms. Harris's campaign, the couple cautioned their party not to lose sight of the fact that the race is still very close. They emphasized that a few crucial swing states would determine the outcome of the election. There will be a fight, no doubt about it, stated Mr. Obama, a 63-year-old former president. Michelle Obama, 60, emphasized the point even more. We need to vote in numbers that erase any doubt, she stated. We need to overwhelm any effort to suppress us. Mr. Obama emphasized that America was ready for a new chapter and stated that Kamala Harris was the right person to lead us. Kamala Harris is prepared for the position too. The Obamas' plea to Democrats to vote in November revealed a deeper party fear regarding the close contest between Ms. Harris and Trump, who continues to have a strong hold on his base of devoted supporters across the nation. Although Ms. Harris leads by a narrow margin in national polling averages, pollsters warn that in the few battleground states where the winner will ultimately be determined by the Electoral College in the United States, the race is still virtually tied. Despite being the official frontrunner, Ms. Harris has positioned herself and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, as the underdogs in the contest. The Obamas made a subtle allusion to the fervor and message of hope that propelled Mr. Obama to victory in his 2008 presidential campaign against Republican John McCain by acknowledging the party's renewed sense of excitement since Ms. Harris succeeded President Joe Biden after his withdrawal from the race. Prior to Trump's election as president in 2016, Mr. Obama served a second term. Mrs. Obama did little to diffuse the intense political rhetoric that has divided the nation over the past 10 years, with her most famous quote from her 2016 convention speech being, "When they go low, we go high." Trump's attacks on her family and his persistent promotion of ugly, misogynistic, racist lies as a substitute for real ideas and solutions that will actually make people's lives better were the targets of her criticism. She mocked Trump for using the term black jobs on the campaign trail in a broadside that drew some of the loudest cheers of the evening. She asked, alluding to her husband's presidency, who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs? Using her platform, Mrs. Obama also paid tribute to her late mother, Marion Robinson, an 86-year-old Chicago native who passed away earlier this year. "I wasn't even sure if I could be steady enough to stand before you tonight, but my heart compelled me to," she stated to the crowd. Harris and Vance present rival events. While the Democrats convene in Chicago, Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance, have been holding events and rallies in swing states. During a press conference in neighboring Wisconsin on Tuesday afternoon, Mr. Vance attacked Ms. Harris for the failures of her vice presidency. He focused on the economy, public safety, and crime, two areas where Republicans perceive weakness. Wisconsin has suffered when you don't have good, smart, pro-public safety and leadership, and that's what Donald Trump and I want to bring back to the White House, he said, referring to demonstrations that took place in the city of Kenosha following the shooting death of a black man, Jacob Blake, by authorities in 2020. On the second day of the convention in Chicago, Ms. Harris was absent due to her travel to Wisconsin. Nonetheless, there was a joyful and glamorous roll call at the event, with representatives from every state and U.S. territory symbolically voting for Ms. Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz inside the arena. Despite formally winning her party's nomination earlier this month, the vice president's symbolic gesture swiftly devolved into a dance party. Turned down for what was sung by Lil Jon prior to Georgia's vote announcement. During Indiana's turn, actor Sean Astin spoke, giving a nod to his part in the legendary American football movie Rudy, which is based in the state. Delegates stood up and gave brief speeches explaining their support for Ms. Harris and Mr. Walz, while a DJ spinning music for each state. The delegates' bracelets flashed red and white. Then, from a rally 90 miles away in Milwaukee, the vice president spoke virtually to the assembly at the same location where 4 weeks prior, Trump had accepted his party's nomination. She and Mr. Walz expressed their gratitude to be nominated, saying, "We are so honored. I'll see you in 2 days, Chicago." Second gentleman Doug Emhoff, Ms. Harris' husband, made an appearance prior to the Obama speeches to share personal anecdotes about the vice president, including how one of his clients set them up on a blind date in 2013. He mentioned his son Cole and daughter Ella from his first marriage as part of their big, beautiful blended family. He called Ms. Harris a joyful warrior and a loving parent who prioritized her family over her career. According to the White House, Ms. Harris kept Air Force Two in the air during her husband's speech so she could watch it live while she was flying back from her rally. On Thursday night, Mr. Emhoff stated that the two would commemorate their 10th wedding anniversary when Ms. Harris formally accepts the party's nomination during a primetime speech. "Kamala was exactly the right person for me at an important moment in my life," he stated, "and at this moment in our nation's history, she is exactly the right president."